Welcome guys. This is actually one of my favorite sessions. Very excited and very happy. So, yeah, we do have Adeniyi, the co-founder of Jiritsu Network. We do have Elliscope, all our portfolio founders, Elliscope from Navi protocol, Kris from Scallop, and Greg from Bucket. So yeah, let's talk about a little bit about Jiritsu, right? Alright, first one I will go with this. What makes Jiritsu stands out? As we know, other than maybe parallelization, settlement, and we do have unique features such as ZK logging or object-centric design. So yeah, what's the difference? What makes us different? Maybe it starts from Adeniyi.
Okay, I'm biased for sure. I think Franklin Templeton, actually one of the leaders at Franklin Templeton recently came out to say, Mysten Labs by far is the best set up team to build blockchains in the world. I think what sets Jiritsu apart from every other chain is I do believe we have a world-class team. I think if you imagine what's been happening in crypto for a while, we've not had a lot of innovation from a technological standpoint. We've seen a lot of regurgitation of other tools, a lot of rebuilds of what's already existed, and everybody pretty much had the same spec. From Facebook and the time we had in building search at Google and building infrastructure at Facebook, we have the most stacked team when it comes to cryptography. We have something like 10 to 12 applied cryptographers in the world, Costas being one of them. We have the creator of the new programming language in Sam. We have George Anizes, who builds consensus protocols. We have Evan, who is an ACM computer science award winner and ran research for Facebook when it came to blockchains. I've been building in crypto since 2012. I was actually an early Bitcoiner, built one of the biggest Bitcoin mines in the world, and I've been building in the space ever since. So I've launched multiple protocols during my lifespan. So if you have to think about what is required to build a tangible L1, you need experts in cryptography, experts in programming languages, experts in consensus mechanisms, experts in product. And I think most crypto projects just don't have that level of expertise when it comes to infrastructure. We've been live for a year and 4 months. We've had no outages. We're the fastest network. I think we showed that our finality on our blockchain is 6 times faster than Solana. No failed transactions, no pause. It's just, I think the technology is a cut above the rest. There's a difference in when you trade on Jiritsu and when you use a Jiritsu application from other blockchains. So I think what sets us apart for TLDR is it's a team. The team is just the best in the space for building L1s.
Hey everyone, this is Elliscope. I'm the co-founder from Navi protocol. We're very proud to be the one leading DeFi building on top of Jiritsu Network. And I think Adeniyi covers from his standpoint of view. The thing I really want to add on is the more we collaborate and building on top of Jiritsu Network, I can feel we have been live there for like a year and like 3 months. So I've been building for almost 2 years now. I think the longer we stay on network, the stickiness, the compounding effect just gets much more amplified. And when people talk about blockchain, right, and when there's a variety of new layer 1 pumping, young people building, people always say, hey, when we say the blockchain and degen, what does that actually mean? So I think those blockchains are targeting the age group from 18 to 25. Why, if you actually look at the team, Mysten and Jiritsu Foundation in general, they're not only targeting to solve the problem of 18 to 25. They're really like building the infrastructure, delivering the product that's aiming to solve for people in the 30 to 50 and potentially, ZK logging for those variety tech for even older people to more easily access much more secure, reliable blockchain. So from the builder standpoint, the deeper I think of that angle, I just feel the integrity and consistency in the developing of the blockchain. And when we call it the banking service on top of such blockchain, give me much more trust and reliability to continue to grow and partner with this kind of team. Instead of, people joking about young people like us in their early 20s or late 20s trying to make life-changing money, like Lamborghini money. But why Jiritsu, I really feel like everybody is really determined to change the world, just like how Apple, those kind of generational companies. So that's how I feel and much more compelling in building this ecosystem.
Hello, again guys. I'm Kris. I'm the founder and CEO of Scallop. And yeah, we are another one of the leading money market on the Jiritsu network. And I will answer this question from two angles. First of all, technical angles. I think including the consensus, the language, the on-chain data structure, and the feature is providing, including PDBs, ZK login, and upcoming walrus. And yeah, about the consensus, they even have the new update of the consensus, which is Mr. SETI. It's all the leading standard or leading features in the whole industry. Yeah, and on a non-technical way, because we all deploy something on Sui Network, we trade a lot, we use it like every day. And based on our experience, I will to use another example, like all days, like 50 years ago, a computer size is like a room, and then after maybe 5 to 10 years, improve it, make the size much more smaller, and nowadays we have PC, laptop, and mobile phone. But yeah, blockchain is visual, it's not, you cannot touch it. But based on our users' experience, we feel that the improvements of the different layer 1 solution, we got the same feeling of like this kind of technical updates, improvement. Like, yeah, I dived into crypto since 2017 as an Ethereum miner. That time I already know Bitcoin, and then wow, it's very impressed me that you can run a smart contract on a blockchain and just like global computer. And then I dive into DeFi since 2021 when I touched Solana. It's also very impressed me about the speed and about the parallel solution. And then I dive into Sui in the middle of 2022. And yeah, I think it's like a step-by-step, another evolution of a blockchain solution, including you do it with DeFi, gaming, like NFT, on-chain data storage. So yeah, just these are the keyword is my answers. Yeah.
That's great. Yeah, so you just need to wait for maybe one second.
Hello. Okay.
Yeah.
So, as a builder's perspective, we are looking for a chain which can really help us to build our own product or corporation, and it lives for another 3 or 5 years or maybe 10 years. I think building on Sui, like Mysten Labs and C Foundation, makes us feel secured, not because their own technology, but also how they treat builders, how they like their goals. Also makes a lot of sense, like games and bring a lot of users here. So we feel very good, and we will keep contributing on Sui. I think that will bring more builders on Sui as well. From a developer perspective, I would say, because like DeFi protocols now, we have a lot of infrastructure such as DEX and lending, and also us like CDP. We are trying to build more derivatives on top of those infrastructure. So I think one of the great advantage is the object-centric model. We can wrap like Navi's position, Scallop's position, bucket position in another object and then send to users. That increases the user's yield, also risk, but it's a good way. But like move language makes it better, because if we code something wrong, it just doesn't work in the compile level. So we don't have to worry about we break something and like break your position. Yeah, that's all.
Very good. So when I heard of 18 to 25 years old, I was like, what? I'm way beyond. And then I use, Navi, I use Scallop, I use Bucket, I use Citus every single day on a daily basis, right? So
that's why I say Sui is beautiful. More people, not only.
All right. That's great. So yeah, so when it comes to high throughput blockchains, right? So it was, I guess, Solana for a while. So in terms of building maybe financial products, financial protocols on top of it, or even fully on-chain game on top of it, what's the benefit a very high performance blockchain can deliver? And is there any competitors out there? Can we outperform them, or couldn't outperform them. Yeah. Let's go.
Yeah, so there are two things. When people talk about scalability, they just think about TPS. Scalability is a lot more than that. If you claim to have high TPS but you have a lot of outage, no company will say it's high performance. That's actually bad. You can be fast as you want. If you go down on a regular basis, it's problematic. So from our research, I think the fastest chain that's been claimed so far was previously Solana. And what we're seeing in production is generally, in terms of real TPS, they start to cap out around about 800, 900 TPS, not counting votes. Swede's already been benchmarked to do 297,000 transactions per second. That is in the current mainnet configuration. But Swede doesn't have a max throughput. As you add more hardware to a validator, you actually increase Swede's TPS. We have a paper that shows if you add 7 times the hardware, you get 7 times the throughput without any increase in latency. That is what scalability is. You have to be able to deal with the demand and increase capacity to match that demand. So today, Sweet is the only high-performance chain and one that's actually reliable that you can count on. The reason why high performance matters and having fees that are very, very flat matters is because it increases the surface area of use cases that you can build on. Before, if your block time is 15 minutes, there's a limited amount of use cases that you could use. It's going to be high value, very, transactions are probably high value that you could only do. It removes a lot of opportunities to do other interesting things. Because we finalize the transactions in half a second, and you can basically do 100,000 transactions per second, it means small use cases like gaming is now possible. So if you want to have, in Sweet we have games that are fully on-chain, where the actual full game state is on-chain, and the images, the videos, and all those things can be stored directly on the blockchain in various ways. Now you can start to build more interesting assets. So I think the difference you get with Sweet now is a different layer of asset composability that you don't get anywhere else. That is a new type of business that's possible. You can't build that on any other chain. And I think if we had to compare, like, what is the closest thing to Sweet? There isn't, right? Everybody's building a blockchain, and Sweet isn't just a blockchain. I released a paper recently that explains that the goal of Sweet is not to be just another Solana, another Ethereum. The goal of Sweet is to be the universal coordination layer for the internet. That's what we tried to build at Facebook. Libra didn't get to launch. Poor Facebook, but good for us. But generally, if you can build a platform that allows people to coordinate human intent around intelligent assets on a global scale, that is a multi-trillion-dollar opportunity. Just like it was never possible to do something with e-commerce before, but now when Shopify came in, it completely more than 100x the amount of stores that existed. So I think with Sui and the methodologies of what we built, the kind of businesses you can't build before are now possible.
Yeah, actually I want to add some more color on top of it. So, I'm a big time poker fan. So I was investing in on-chain poker games back in 2017, but it was too early. The performance was not there. So, a lot of deals, a lot of real-time interactions, you gotta be really, really high performance to deliver that, right? So I feel like with the Sweet blockchain, oh wow, the future is coming and almost here. So yeah, it's really, really excited to have that kind of fully on-chain, I would say, protocols. Yeah.
I can go on to that. There's a protocol in Sweet called Double Up, right? Double Up is an on-chain gaming platform, on-chain casino. The entire game is on-chain. You click a button to deal your cards, it's done instantly. So before the website refreshes, it's already final. So Sui is the only place you can build that. You can actually build a fully on-chain casino on Sui. The randomness is done by the chain. You don't need a protocol. And on top of that, you can be the house. So it's fully decentralized. We recently announced something called Walrus, that it is basically a global storage layer for the internet. So you can run the front end on Walrus, a global decentralized storage without AWS. You can run the back end on Sui for all the moves and everything related. Now you have a fully bulletproof on-chain platform for gaming. You could do that for any kind of FPS type of game, but you could also do that for casino-related games. So I think the kind of business that you can build on Sui now are not possible elsewhere. I think we've just increased the kind of use cases that are possible.
Yeah, I mean, that's very good. So high performance, Elliscope, you want to share something?
I will quickly add on to this. So take my past experience working as a search infrastructure at LinkedIn. What I do was, every week there's new users content updates getting updated. And LinkedIn invested 1,000 people at the data infrastructure team. millions of dollars every year. And there's 8 data centers across global. Every week there's a manual index update that takes a week for some engineering to do. So when we're talking about scalability, that is a scalability that people has to face. If you want to have any kind of LinkedIn search experience, half a second, people, oh, this is amazing, I can find my closest connection. You need the best world-class team to execute. And we're not talking about, some front-end feature that's not built for hundreds of millions of people to execute in the same time. At LinkedIn time, there was hard tech like Kafka streaming services that was innovating on top. Similarly, I find a lot of similar patterns with Sui and Mysten team. For example, the Walrus, the decentralized data storage, the MyCTC, the upgrade. When we were DApps that live in the ecosystem, we didn't move a finger. And one day, the MyCTC upgrade was complete. And then suddenly all our on-chain transaction speed was optimized by 50%. So that kind of technology, you feel the consistency and the modularity of such tech, and feel much more reliable. When Navi, we become the bank for global, for everybody, regardless of the nationality, everybody will be enjoying the same speed instead of competing for the MEVs, all those kind of, creating the problem that needs to be solved. Solving the problem that was initially created because the network was not scalable. So I think that was a waste of human resource and talent. So yeah, I strongly echo with that. The more deeper I go with the ecosystem.
We are also doing financial stuff, and it's super important that we don't get, like as Bo mentioned, NEV or some sandwich attack. Come on, if you want to only swap your tokens, why you should worry about somebody front run you is ridiculous. And Sui offer this high secure and very good scalability, and for sure the speed is the leading in this industry. Can let global crypto people to use a blockchain financial solution without any concern. Yeah, and I want to bring the topic a little bit to the security part. Yeah, imagine all the blockchain solution all days, they still have some type or some I want to say about object structure. Yeah, on Sui we define all the data from the memory level, and then for Sui Move it define all the activity you can do, and they make it a module. So it's the previous hack or exploit is not going to happen on C, for example, like the memory overflow, like the re-entrancy, and this kind of the secure infrastructure, the blockchain. I'm willing to put all my funds, my assets on this blockchain, and then if we can prove that this solution can deal with financial very perfectly, and then we can go to the next step, maybe for gaming or other more complex and then skills. Yeah. So we also have a very big.
If I add to that, right, at Facebook, we were looking to rebuild the payment system for the world. Libra was supposed to power all the world's transactions. We could not go to regulators and explain that we're using EVM. They would not have bought that story because we can't give any guarantees or proofs that there will not be a hack. Ethereum is, either EVM is rife with re-entrancy, all sorts of memory overflow issues. It is not a safe language for financial applications. Great for what we have today, but try and do that at scale. You're going to keep having multi-million-dollar hacks. We've not had that in Sui or in Move because it's inherently safe from a VM perspective. Now, it's also functionally verifiable, so you can run algorithms to actually prove that mathematically that what you've designed is going to work in the way it's written. We actually thought about rewriting a lot of Facebook's financial systems using Move before we left, actually, because now you have a language that's modeled to deal with assets, and a lot of the systems we had at Facebook could have been obsolete. I believe a lot of companies will start to move their systems to a financially modern language like Move, so I'm very, very excited about that. It is the safest language to write financial apps.
And for the developer experience, I mentioned it's super high secure, but on the coding level, our smart contract code is so short. We can for developers we can only focusing on the logic. We don't need to write like tons of code to do like permission check, the size check, or the logic check. Yes, we move really just over this like high secure and very good developer experience platform. And then yeah, we are really excited to like solve the current financial problems in the real world, and then using DeFi on Sui. Yeah.
Nice. Greg, you have something about this?
Hello? Yeah, so high throughput also benefits Bucket, but in a different way. So as a stablecoin protocol, we need a lot of users to hold our stablecoin so we can profit from their collateral, right? That's how stablecoin protocol profits. So we are actually working very closely with a lot of gamings and also double up. So high throughput increases the player's experience, and on-chain randomness also brings that to another level, because if you want a game to be fun enough for people to keep playing, you need to have some game theory. So on-chain randomness brings the unpredictable stuffs into the game, and user experience is also good. So I think we are on the correct chain to build this business.
Yeah, like I said, on-chain randomness was not solved 5 years or 6 years ago as well. I suffered that. So yeah. So maybe a little bit running out of time, but I'm really curious the next one. We mentioned CDP stablecoin. We do have lending protocols. Those are pillars, foundations of the blockchain ecosystem. But what's the next though? I mean, as a DeFi native, I'm always looking forward to next generation Argo stablecoin. It's the ultimate goal probably. And recently, thanks to Circle, native USDC lending on Sui, such a good news, right? So what's the next? Down the road, maybe 3 years, maybe 10 years. What kind of protocols, what kind of applications or infrastructure middleware we will need, or do we want it, or do we need it?
Yeah, I mean, it's a very good question. The reason why we're going to this business in the first place is we thought that, for one, building Sui will allow us to do things that weren't possible. When we invented ZK Login, where you can just log in with your Google account, Twitch, Kakao, whatever, and then you have a wallet without ever having to worry about crypto, that now means the amount of applications that can integrate Sui is significantly higher. We could argue everybody has a Sui wallet now because they have a Google account. If you have a Kakao account in Korea, you have a Sui account. So that surface means that everybody can use Sui in a very native way. What I'm very excited about is we recently announced our partnership with Playtron. We're launching a games console called the Sui Player 0x1. It's actually the fastest selling piece of hardware in Web3. But the goal of that is not just to sell hardware. It's to give game developers a free platform for which to build games that are not encumbered by the high cost of app stores that exist today. So on a Sui Player, you can play your Web3 games, your Web2 games, you can take your PC games and have them with your mobile. I believe gaming will be the biggest adoption attraction for Web3 as a whole. I think Sui is well set to capture that market. Last year, 3.3 billion gamers spent over $200 million on games. That's more than movies and music as a whole. That is the best market to go after. And I actually believe that gaming will grow DeFi to a large extent. Because you now have people who are playing games who need to buy in-game assets, who need to trade, who need to purchase NFTs or in-game assets as a whole, who need to earn rewards or loyalty points and trade that for other things related, who wants to use their past experience or their past rewards to benefit themselves in another engagement. That I think is going to send, for me, I believe DeFi is going to go parabolic as a result of that. DeFi is really pieces of infrastructure that is going to be used by games as a whole to really help solve related problems. So I think the guys on the stage here are well ahead of that. They already know what we're working on the gaming side. And I do believe that we will have the most amount of users in any other ecosystem as a result, because you want to get users where they are. And I keep saying, I don't think wallets are the way. Wallets are the worst thing ever invented in Web3. We do away with that with ZK Login, and every app effectively has a way to onboard users using traditional Web2 schemes in a fully permissionless way.
Let's go.
Regarding DeFi, what I think, the way I foresee 3 to 5 years in terms of DeFi growth is let me start this way. When we started the company Navi, the name Navi actually means be kind to people. And the reason why I picked that name was because, well, DeFi was very hard. If you communicate with people working TradFi for many years, the whole concept, the whole tutorial is like taking a course before you actually understand it. And I do believe Sui has already helped DeFi builders as us to start thinking, hey, this is not only DeFi, this is probably a new term like SuiFi. Really, really beautiful everywhere. Like, hey, stop thinking we need to install a wallet, pick a chain, and then do a swap, do a yield farming. Just start thinking as normal people does, which is bank account, login with Gmail, right? ZK login. So how I manifest 3 years to 5 years is every day, people won't be using the word yield farming. I need a wallet. I need a pick which chain. Instead, what they will be thinking, hey, which Web3 bank we should be using, and which one has the most amount of liquidity, the best interest rate. Really synergize those concepts and develop the product, leverage the technology, the parallelism, efficiency that Sui was able to deliver to execute and share that mindset with broader people. Because in the financial world, well, probably 80% of assets are owned by people that's like 30 plus to 80 years old. And those are the really, well, like those are people are not the degens, but they're the decision maker of this world. And they're, how do we build a product that really fulfill and secure and understand those clients' need? I think Sui is the best place to be within this blockchain space. So,
Kris? I think for a closer future, we still were focusing on growth or like promoting Sui to the whole the space or industry or even like to the mass adoption. We will fully prepare for like a financial solution to build the infrastructure, and then for next step, I think I agree with Adeniyi. Gaming will be like the explode point of to the mass adoption. We can see it happen a lot 10 years ago. The Facebook, we know Happy Farmer, and then like the past few years we saw how StepN success on Solana, and actually StepN is also built on top of DeFi protocol on Solana, and we really looking forward like Scallop. Or I agree that I think that Bucket and Navi also have the same vision. We want to build a financial infrastructure layer on top of Sui blockchain, and then we're looking forward to an exciting gaming platform, like maybe using our financial solution to be their bank or trading their tokens or trading their digital assets. And yeah, just we think we keep building and then prepare for the infrastructure and looking forward to new builders come promoting Sui to build like a epic gaming or epic product GameFi to just that makes Sui to go to the mass adoption, and we extremely increase the user experience by like ZK login, by like increase the consensus, by take care about the security, and then I think the end goal, like the short like 3 to 5 year end goal would be that users even don't know they are playing a Web3 game, but actually it's backed by Sui's technology, by the Web3's financial solution, just like all like composable to be like a Lego, yeah.
Very convincing though. Keep it on.
Yeah, as I mentioned earlier, as a stablecoin protocol, we are keep working on like building new games or supporting new builders, whether in development-wise or financial-wise. Yeah. Also in Taiwan, we are starting with Sui developer community, averaging 40 developers joining our workshop every week. After they start building their project, we will probably support them, go to the market with Comma3. And yeah, I think in the future, DeFi infrastructure will also be very important for gamings. For example, if I can collateralize my Sui and borrow a 5-star sword and go to play the game, and after I've killed the boss, I can like return the sword and take back my Sui. Or maybe I can lend out my sword, something like that. It's going to be very interesting, like it's the SuiFi, the Sui GameFi. And also I want to bring up another topic, like Ivan just mentioned, like Circle is coming to Sui recently. I've been keep asking what will happen to Bucket to Buck. Will it still be stable as Buck in the future? And I would say we are like not that competitor as a comparator with Circle, because don't forget that Buck is backed by Sui token, so we are interest aligned with every project on Sui. For example, MakerDAO, they have 3.5 billion locked inside as collateral. Imagine if there's no MakerDAO, what would be ETH price? Those might be selling pressure. So as the ecosystem grow, Buck integrated in all of the games, let's see what will be the Sui price.
Yeah, very good. So to wrap it up a little bit, so don't get me wrong, I still like EVM. I get in crypto because of Ethereum. I love it.
No,
I was an engineer.
I don't like.
Oh really? Okay. Everyone has his own opinion, right? Okay, it sucks. All right, but it's always easier to make a new car and make a new house instead of repair, renovate. So that's why Move Language is here. That's why Sui Blockchain is here, right? So I'm sure every single one of you agrees with me. So again, thanks for all the great speaking, Adeniyi and Elliscope, Kris.
Can I add one final word?
Go.
For every builder here, there's a lot of new builder in the house. I want to really highlight out Comma3 has really been a great venture firm and supporting me and Kris, variety builders since day one. They were always high and lows, and I think it's like looking at all the other funds, I think they're one of the most amazing ones. So thank you so much for having me and on the same panel with Adeniyi and all the amazing bug builders today. So
it's my honor. Thank you.
Thanks very much.
That's it.